My name is Jeremy Brooks. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I currently work at in the School of Art and Design at University of Michigan. And my background is in ceramics, so I'm a ceramic artist, but I like to consider myself a contemporary maker of things. The first piece of art I recall making was this little trophy piece that I made in second grade. I remember the whole forming process of rolling coils to build the piece, and then glazing it a bright yellow color. And I remember I really wanted to make this piece because I wanted to take something home with me and display it on a shelf. Although my background is in ceramics, I don't necessarily always start with clay and ceramic form. The work is largely inspired by something that already exists out there in the format of a found object. It just happens that a lot of the found objects that I curate into my collection and studio practice are ceramic, so ceramic figurines in particular. The forms that I source in my work, they come out of this very specific hobby craft genre called paint your own ceramics. So paint just kind of naturally fits in with the piece. The title of the show is Catachresis. A catachresis is a misuse or application of a word, particularly in a mixed metaphor. With regard to the work that's on display, the final pieces represent my visual language. They came about through a mold making process, and these molds, it's a vocabulary of forms that I use. Now, a lot of these molds, they come in pairs or part of a larger story, for instance, the Nativity or a hand from a praying hands. So what I do is I will remove sections of these, only use part of them, so I'm breaking up the story and breaking up the context, and then presenting them in a new way to have my own story attached to it. Prior to entering graduate school, my work was really focused around the idea of cleanness. And when I went away to school, I wanted to still pursue this in some way, but I wanted to expand beyond that. So I started thinking about, well, what other ways can things be considered clean? And I stumbled upon the idea of purity. So with purity, that led me to religion and religious iconography. Also, hobby craft has always been a very important part of my practice, and in this genre of paint your own ceramics, there are three main kinds of forms that you'll find. You'll find the functional wear, you'll find animals, and then you'll find religious iconography. So I explored all three of those in my studio practice. I would say that my sister really did influence me to pursue a path in art making. She's also a ceramic artist. She makes porcelain jewelry. So that really did kind of start me down my path. From an early age in high school, I knew that I wanted to pursue ceramics, and I did at the university level. And my work really did kind of grow beyond what I thought initially was going to be. I wanted to be a functional potter, but after a semester of throwing pots, I knew I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. But I still love pots and just ceramics in general, so I've decided to pursue that mainly in my art making. The best thing about being a contemporary artist is just the simple joy of making things, and how a lot of artists are embracing different medias and material. I think that art making is just getting more and more open as the years go on. And even though my background is in ceramics, I look for other things. So when I see other artists using strange and unusual or new materials, it really does inspire me and make me try to think of other ways to kind of incorporate aspects like that into my practice.